I think it's a former librarian of Congress who said that trying to envisage the future without first concentrating on the past is like trying to grow rootless flowers. And I think that there's our insights for what our policy approaches to these challenges should be that can be drawn from the emergence of cities within the environmental security landscape. And as someone who's frequently told that I'm working on non-traditional security issues in the environmental space, I think it's actually ironic that in many ways environmental security and the impacts of the urban space on the environment grow out of not only traditional security concerns but traditional security tools. That it's in fact the development of information technologies and computer technologies that were largely initially used to, for example, model nuclear explosions that we owe the climate models that we have today. And we actually even owe them to the same individual, John von Neumann, the 20th century mathematical genius who developed the same models that we now use so that we don't need to test nuclear weapons, realized that those models of fluid dynamics could also be applied to the atmosphere and to the climate, and tried to model climate projections as a means towards ultimately controlling climate variables as a weapon with which to threaten the Soviets, as well as a possible sword to defend the United States from Soviet manipulations of the weather. But those very models and our initial fragmentary essays to modify the weather both for domestic benefit, bringing rain to Kansas and Colorado during drought, or stopping rain from reaching China or the Soviet Union, led us to realize that there were dangers not only in the intentional manipulation of the climate system, but dangers of inadvertent and unforeseen consequences from the manipulation of the climate. And therefore the first international efforts in, for instance, the 1997 treaty against intentional modification of the environment, the first international agreements and efforts in what may be called environmental security to prevent the environmental space from becoming a security risk.